The Type 82 Kübelwagen was the backbone of German light transport. Simple, air-cooled, and reliable, it thrived from the burning sands of North Africa to the frozen Russian steppe. With over 50,000 built, it was the ubiquitous face of the Wehrmacht's mobility. Taking mobility to the water, the Type 166 Schwimmwagen remains the most produced amphibious car in history. Its four-wheel drive and retractable propeller allowed reconnaissance teams to cross rivers and marshes that stopped other vehicles cold. It was a true master of all-terrain. The Type 87 Kommandeurswagen was essentially a Beetle on steroids. By mating the civilian body with the rugged four-wheel drive chassis of the Schwimmwagen, Porsche created a high-speed officer transport capable of keeping up with tanks in the field. The Stoewer R200 was the ambitious attempt at a standardized light off-road vehicle. Despite its complex four-wheel steering and independent suspension, it proved difficult to maintain in frontline conditions, leading to its eventual replacement by simpler designs. BMW contributed to the standardization program with the 325. This high-tech machine featured a powerful engine and advanced steering, but its mechanical sophistication was often a liability when faced with the grinding reality of combat logistics. The Hanomag 20B served as another variation of the light personnel carrier. It saw extensive action during the early years of the war, providing essential mobility to infantry officers before the sheer scale of the conflict demanded more robust solutions. The Horch 901 was the definitive medium cross-country car for the Wehrmacht, known for its massive V8 engine and exceptional durability. It became the preferred mobile office for high-ranking field commanders across every European theater. The Wanderer W11 filled a critical niche as a medium personnel carrier. Its reliable chassis and spacious interior made it the perfect platform for mobile radio stations and signal units, keeping the Blitzkrieg coordinated and lethal. Originally a best-selling civilian model, the Mercedes-Benz 170V was drafted into military service by the thousands. Its low fuel consumption and sturdy build made it an ideal staff car for rear area duties and urban administrative transport. The Mercedes-Benz G5 was the spiritual ancestor of the modern G-Wagon. Built specifically for extreme off-road performance, its four-wheel drive and four-wheel steering made it one of the few wheeled vehicles capable of conquering the worst conditions. The Horch 108 represented the pinnacle of heavy standardized personnel transport. This 8-cylinder beast was designed to carry 10 soldiers over any terrain, though its extreme weight and mechanical complexity eventually led to its production being halted. Ford of Germany produced the Type EG under the heavy standardization program. Utilizing American design principles adapted for German requirements, it provided a powerful, heavy-duty platform for towing light artillery and transporting specialized combat teams. The Mercedes-Benz L1500A was a versatile heavy car that bridged the gap between personnel transport and light trucking. Its high ground clearance and reliable Mercedes engine made it a favorite for mountain troops and desert reconnaissance. The Steyr 1500A was arguably the best heavy personnel vehicle used by Germany. Its air-cooled V8 engine was immune to freezing and overheating, making it the gold standard for reliability from the Sahara to the suburbs of Moscow. The Adler 3GD featured a unique independent suspension system that gave it surprisingly smooth handling off-road. It was primarily used by specialized reconnaissance and signals units that required speed and agility in difficult environments. The Mercedes-Benz 770 was the ultimate symbol of high command power. This massive armored limousine was reserved for the highest echelons of the regime, featuring bulletproof glass and heavy plating to protect its VIP passengers. The Phänomen Granit 25 was a nimble light truck often converted into a field ambulance. Its air-cooled engine made it exceptionally easy to maintain, ensuring that wounded soldiers could be evacuated even in the most primitive conditions. The light 1.5-ton Opel Blitz was the entry point for a legend. Smaller and faster than its bigger brothers, it was used for rapid supply runs and as a platform for specialized equipment in fast-moving, motorized divisions. Mercedes-Benz offered the L1500S as a conventional rear-wheel drive alternative for light logistics. It was the workhorse of the German postal and administrative services, ensuring that the wheels of bureaucracy kept turning behind the front lines. The Krupp Protze L2H43 is instantly recognizable by its sloping hood and unique suspension. This specialized six-wheeler was designed specifically to tow the 37mm anti-tank gun, becoming a staple of early war infantry division. The updated Krupp Protze L2H143 featured a more powerful engine to handle heavier loads. It remained a vital asset for motorized units, serving as a troop carrier, radio van, and light artillery tractor throughout the conflict. The Steyr 640 was a high-performance three-axle light truck known for its excellent climbing ability. Its robust construction allowed it to carry supplies into rugged terrain where standard two-axle trucks would simply get stuck. The 3-ton Opel Blitz was the most important truck in the German arsenal. Over 80,000 were produced, providing the logistical backbone for every major offensive. Its reliability and ease of repair made it a favorite among German mechanics. The Ford V3000S was the German version of a global classic. Produced in Cologne, this 3-ton truck utilized a powerful V8 engine, making it one of the fastest and most capable logistics vehicles in the Wehrmacht inventory. The Mercedes-Benz L3000 was the primary rival to the Opel Blitz. Known for its exceptional durability and fuel efficiency, it saw heavy service with the Africa Corps, where its cooling system proved superior in the desert heat. The Borgward B3000 was a simplified, rugged 3-ton truck designed for mass production. It stripped away unnecessary luxuries to focus on pure utility, providing a steady stream of transport as the war of attrition intensified. The Magirus-Deutz S3000 stood out due to its advanced air-cooled diesel engine. This design eliminated the need for a radiator, making it virtually immune to the freezing temperatures of the Russian winter that paralyzed other trucks. The MAN E3000 was a heavy-duty medium truck that prioritized structural strength, though produced in smaller numbers than the Opel. Its reinforced chassis allowed it to carry heavy ammunition loads over punishing unpaved roads. The Einheits-Diesel was the result of a pre-war dream of total standardization. This high-tech six-wheel drive truck featured a standardized diesel engine and all-wheel braking, making it an engineering marvel, if a maintenance headache. The Henschel 33 was an early heavy hitter for the German logistics branch. This massive three-axle truck was the standard heavy transport of the 1930s, staying in service long into the war to move fuel, ammo, and men. The Mercedes-Benz LG3000 was a heavy six-wheeler built for serious off-road work. Its sophisticated suspension and high-torque engine allowed it to pull heavy trailers through deep mud, making it essential for heavy artillery units. The Mercedes-Benz L4500 was a heavyweight champion built to carry 4.5 tons. It served as the primary platform for mobile anti-aircraft guns and heavy crane variants, proving its worth on every front. The Bussing NAG 4500 was a rival heavy truck that matched the Mercedes in power and capacity. It was often used for long-distance strategic supply, hauling massive loads from German factories directly to the front lines. The Faun L900 was a giant among trucks. Designed as a heavy tank transporter, it was capable of hauling damaged panzers back to repair depots, making it a critical asset for maintaining German armored strength. The WW2 7 was one of the largest wheeled vehicles in the entire Wehrmacht. Originally a heavy bus chassis, its massive size made it an ideal mobile platform for the deadly 88mm flak gun, creating a formidable self-propelled weapon. The Mercedes-Benz L6500 was the largest conventional truck in the fleet. With a payload of over 6 tons, it was used for heavy strategic transport and towing the largest siege guns in the German inventory. The Opel Maultier was born from the disaster of the 1941 mud season. By replacing the rear wheels of an Opel Blitz with a Cardan-Lloyd track system, the Germans created a truck that could finally survive the Russian Rasputitsa. The Ford Maultier applied the same half-track conversion to the Ford V3000S chassis. These hybrid vehicles became the primary supply link for frontline units in the East, operating where standard wheeled trucks were completely useless. The Magirus Maultier utilized the air-cooled diesel engine of the S3000. This combination of tracked mobility and a freeze-proof engine made it the ultimate winter transport for the most extreme Arctic and Russian conditions. The Panzerwerfer 42 was an armored version of the Maultier chassis. Carrying a 10-barrel rocket launcher, it provided mobile, high-volume fire support, using its tracks to quickly reposition after firing to avoid counter-battery fire. The RSO was a radical departure from conventional design. This fully tracked tractor was built specifically for the mud of the East, moving at a walking pace but possessing the power to pull heavy loads through bottomless slush. The RS003 featured a simplified cab and a more powerful diesel engine. It was an emergency production vehicle designed to give every infantry division a baseline level of all-weather mobility as the strategic situation darkened. The Radschlepper Ost was a bizarre creation from Ferdinand Porsche. Featuring massive steel wheels, this heavy tractor was intended to tow supplies across the roadless Russian plains, though its performance in deep mud proved disappointing. The Tatra T111 was a heavy Czech truck pressed into German service. Its unique backbone tube chassis and swing axles gave it legendary off-road performance, making it one of the best heavy transporters in the Wehrmacht. The Renault AHS was a light cab over truck produced in occupied France. Thousands were built for the Germans, providing a nimble transport option for rear area security and light logistical duties throughout Western Europe. The Renault AHN was a medium truck with a distinctive forward-sloping cab. Its simple design allowed for rapid production in French factories, helping to fill the massive gaps in German motorization as the war progressed. The Renault AHR was the heavy version of the AHN family. Built to carry 5 tons, it was used for long-range transport across the occupied territories, freeing up German-built trucks for the high-intensity fighting in the east. The Citroën Type 23 was a common sight in occupied France. The Wehrmacht seized tens of thousands of these light trucks, utilizing them for everything from personnel transport to mobile workshops for the Luftwaffe. The Peugeot DK5 was a light, reliable French truck used extensively by the German army. It was particularly popular with signals and medical units due to its smooth ride and ease of maintenance in the field. The Bedford OY was a prize of war captured at Dunkirk. These robust British trucks were so highly valued that the Germans integrated them into their own divisions, even producing spare parts to keep them running. The Austin K2 was another British capture, often used as an ambulance. Its spacious rear body and reliable engine made it a preferred choice for German medical teams, who appreciated its rugged construction and simplicity. The Studebaker US-6 was the king of the Eastern Front. Captured from the Soviets, these American-built 6x6 trucks were vastly superior to most German designs, offering incredible power and all-terrain capability. The GAZAA was the workhorse of the Red Army, and the Germans used everyone they could catch. This Russian version of the Ford AA was simple and tough, making it the perfect ad hoc transport for German infantry units.